So today we're going to talk about 3 things you should not do on a first date.
Do you remember our first date?
I do. We went to a concert.
Does it feel like, it was just yesterday, or does it feel like a long time ago?
It actually feels like a long time ago now. It was
8 years.
Yeah, 8 years ago.
Wild.
Almost a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel did all of these things that we're going to mention
And
on
we're
our
just
first date.
commenting on this video based on the things I did wrong.
No, he didn't do any of them. But we want to share 3 things that you should stay clear from as you're getting to know someone.
First thing, avoid being on your phone.
No one likes someone who is constantly reaching for their phone. It makes you feel like uneasy.
And this isn't just big things like fully texting or taking a call.
Or what about this kind of? Someone was on a date with you and you saw their phone like this.
So I'm even talking like the screen tap to check the time.
Yeah.
Or to check messages. It just gives the impression that you're not fully present.
It's so true.
I think, I've been doing something recently. I don't know if you've noticed over the last year where it's like if we're at a restaurant, either just us or with people, I'll just leave my phone at the table if I'm going to the bathroom.
Oh.
And I just like that because one, it feels like it still communicates that you're present with the person.
Yeah.
Like you're not using it as an opportunity to take your phone.
To escape.
Engage in business or get back to your friends
or if you're on a date, updating your friends on how it's
going. Yeah. It kind of communicates trust. It communicates this person's secure. They have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
And for me, I just did it because I want more to integrate more like boring into my life. Mm-hmm. Like I don't want to always be plugged in.
Yeah.
But it's worth considering.
Yeah.
Like, how are we engaging with our phone in dates? And I think
because you don't want to make the person feel like you're constantly watching the time, or you don't want to fill that awkward space with just like automatically going on your phone.
Yeah.
It communicates like a sort of confidence.
If
you don't need to go on your phone.
Yeah, when you're just present with the person, meeting eye contact, making sure that you're not finding every excuse to like break eye contact or be less than present in the moment. But that's the first one. What's the second one?
The second one is don't bring up your exes.
Can you give an example of how this could take place in a first date?
I think it could come up in a few different ways. I think sometimes people might think it's fine to bring up an ex because they're like talking negatively about them. Like, oh, my ex always did this. And, I just feel like it's not the time to bring up past relationships on a very first date. And if you're still venting about an ex, like, I would just think through that. Like, why are you still venting about them? Like, are you not over it? Or have you not forgiven them?
Yeah, I think a part of it is that, and a part of it's less serious than that. Sometimes people will just go like, oh, yeah. Like, just casually as they're telling a story. Oh, I was with my ex, and then...
Yeah.
I think whether it be venting or just mentioning in a casual one-off sentence, I think it's good to avoid.
Yeah,
or
like, I went here with my ex. Like,
and
it's just weird.
Outside of the like whole venting kind of, maybe you're not done processing through the past relationship. Yeah. What's another reason why someone shouldn't even bring it up casually in that space?
I think like obviously eventually in relationships you should talk about past relationships. But the very first time you're spending time with someone, I just don't think that's a space to bring it up. I think it's kind of irrelevant to who you are at the moment. Yeah. And that's kind of what you're talking about. You're getting to know each other.
Totally.
Why do they need to get to know about your ex to not get to know about you?
The way I see it is like a first date is like turning a fresh page.
Yeah.
And you're starting this brand new chapter with you and this person potentially. Maybe it's long term, maybe it's not. But in that very first like encounter, you really want to just start fresh. Yeah. You don't want to feel like, oh, we're bringing all these other dynamics in when we're just grabbing dinner for the first time. The last thing that I would advise someone to avoid in their first date is flexing. No exes and no flexing.
No exing, no flexing. That doesn't really work.
So flexing is so subtle, and we just say this like this because it's memorable, but it's kind of like, don't mention if you own property, don't mention how much you make. Like, yeah, it just feels like that's not the space to do that. And it feels like in a first date, it's where your personality and who you are, your character should come through. Yeah. Not clouding the first encounter with all these like almost like superficial things.
Yeah, and we're not talking about like if you're a doctor, like, don't hide that you're a doctor.
Yeah.
We're not talking about stuff like that. We're talking about, like, those extra, it's a flex when you say it. And you just don't need to do that on a first date.
And I think sometimes people try to, for example, for guys, you might feel more confident and more even safe and reliable to the girl that you're dating or going on a date with if you talk about the fact that you're in the stock market or you're investing, or if you talk about having investment properties or whatever, but you just don't want their image of you or their assessment of your viability as a couple to be riding on the things that you flexed about. You want it to ride on both of your characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have a friend who's a professional. He's in a profession that is thought of highly. And we recently were talking, and he just mentioned how people's dispositions towards him change in conversations when they find out what he does. And that applies to other things. That applies to, oh, yeah, my dad owns this team, this sports team, or my mom's the CEO of this company, or like, you don't want anything that alludes to almost like you're being disproportionately better set up.
Yeah, like your
You know what I mean?
status. Your status or your income.
Yeah, or what you've done. And this goes into different industries. Like, I don't think you have to lead with what you've accomplished. I don't think you have to lead with, like, say you're an actor, you don't have to lead with what show you're currently working on. It's like that stuff can be left to be discovered later on.
Yeah.
I think the first date needs to be about, who are you as a person? Who am I as a person? And I think that if accomplishments and things that you're proud of come up later on, awesome. I'm not saying to lie. We're not saying to lie.
Yeah, don't lie about what you do. Like, if they ask you what you do and you're an actor, say, yeah, I'm an actor. And if they ask you why you're passionate about it, share why you're passionate about it. But you don't need to, like, flex, I guess, the details of what you're doing.
I think the heart of this is avoiding going out of your way to bring up things that wouldn't otherwise be uncovered by the normal sequences or the normal sequence of questions. You know what I mean? So if someone says, like, oh, what are you most proud of right now? And you literally just came off finishing your master's dissertation, you might want to just say that.
Yeah.
But flexing is like going out of your way
to find an opportunity to say it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
So,
oh, I'm so tired because, like, I've been working so hard on my master's or something.
Yeah. So no phones, no exes, no flexes.
You like that.
I think that worked. Anyways, I hope you enjoy your first date.
Let us know how it went in the comments below.
Also, if you have any other yellow flags or red flags in terms of first dates or things that you would add to our list, feel free to jot that down in the comments. We'd love to read those.
These things are like things for you to avoid, but also things to keep your eye on if other people do. Because if you're on a first date and they're doing that.
If they're on their phone, if they bring up their ex,
yeah,
and if they flex all on the same first date, that tells you something. It tells you something. We'll leave it at that.
It's a yellow flag.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
We'll let you assess it.
Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe because then you'll get notified about our new videos.
And if you have anyone in your life who you think would be served by this video, please share it because it would help them and it would really help us as well.
And if you like this video, make sure to watch this video next.